only to myself. Deep down inside, the diamonds and pearls. Don't you know that I've had enough? But I feel so much better, yes I do. Dressed in love. Yes, it's love, sweet love, that makes a woman. Yes, it's love that makes a woman. What she is, yeah, what she is.
Always call the shots. Okay. Call the shots. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Here we are meeting again. I don't know what happened to you, but I know that things happened to me, and but here I am. And thank God that I was allowed to come back again to be with you. I really appreciate that. So, did you help somebody? That's just the genuine question. Did you help somebody? That's the name of the game. Helping. All right. What happened with you, Dawn? Just give us a little bit. You know, our friend.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed in the name of the Lord.
Highly favored and blessed.
You
looking good.
Well, thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
You brighten up.
Well, God too. I'm on the Leon Watkins show.
That's what I said
I can't wait to get this blessing, this covering, so we have an amazing show.
Wow. Yes, sir.
There's a lot going on, you know.
In fact, why don't you start something out? Wait, before that, Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for bringing us here safely. Thank you, Lord, for giving us another opportunity to touch somebody and to be touched. God bless those that are in pain, those that are having trouble, all kinds of trouble, Lord. Give them the comfort and what they need to make their soul whole. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for our friend David, who's on vacation. Keep him safe and sound. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Now, talk to me.
What you want to know?
You saying something?
No, I was just saying, you know, I'm grateful for the day.
Oh,
yeah. For life.
Yeah, you said things are going on. I said, like what?
Oh, not bad things.
I didn't.
Good things.
Did I say bad things?
What we got going on? Driving Uber and Lyft, and
what about them?
It's going good. Meeting amazing people.
You have Lyft too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta be
I
on
didn't
the
know
grind.
that.
Yeah. You meet some amazing people, great opportunities. Going to a mentor of mine, his name is Gerald Washington. We have the same agent. And so I'm excited today. He's invited me out. He has a recording he's doing. So he booked a voiceover gig, so he's going to meet with the clients to record it. So I'm walking in gratitude this morning that he actually extended that invitation. And it's interesting how God will give you visions of what he has in store. And it may not be exactly what we envision, but he's baiting us. And like you were talking about, just being patient. And
patient. Because without patience, you'll constantly be like I call it jerking, because everything you look at, you're anxious for something that you can't do anything about, but you're anxious for it. You know, and that what gives you the jitters.
Right.
Inside. You have to be patient, especially when you know you're waiting on something that's out of your control. Just be patient.
And it's interesting, like us as individuals, humans, that we're trying to force something which isn't it.
We always do.
And it's like if you let go and let it flow, you'd be amazed about what God has in store for you. And understanding to be present.
Well, to elaborate a little bit on that, like people, like you see a woman or a man, and you look at him, but like we were saying, you look at him for outward appearance reasons. I want to be with him because he's cute, he got a nice car or something, I mean, he's fine or whatever. You got a nice apartment, you got a good job, you know.
He says he loves me.
Well, and then you go and want to turn yourself over to this man. You want to just say, well, I'm going to hook this man and do whatever. And it's the worst thing that you could do. I mean, that man it's not for you. You know, you're not even, for one thing, you're looking at the wrong things.
Right.
You see, to be able to have I call it successful or peaceful life, you don't need somebody that's going to be the reason to have it. You don't know nothing about the man. What about, like I said, what about his family? Where he come from? Who is this guy that you so like his job and car? Who is it? Because there's so many people that have all these things, and they're not happy either. The haves are not. If they were, they wouldn't be running and killing themselves and ODing and all kind of mess they do. And they got it. They are where you want to be.
Right.
And a lot of them just can't handle it because there's nothing there to satisfy their soul needs. It's not there. It's not in your car, your money, your house, none of that. You can't find it there.
Right.
That's a altogether different thing. When it comes to your soul, that's very personal. It's something that only you can do alone. You can't grab your friends and say, come help me with my soul.
That's what you can. You got to do the work yourself.
You have to slow down and be patient and look inside yourself. You got to quit looking outward and looking in. Because that's where it all begins and ends. It's from inside. See? And if you're not peaceful inside yourself, it's useless.
So why do you feel that it's so hard for people to find peace?
Because they're looking for the wrong things. Peace. How are you going to find peace in a loud, unpeaceful world? One thing. I mean, every time you look up through the day, it's something for you to do now, especially with this electronic stuff. You'll be able to. How many people you see on their phones, or on the games, or playing this? All these things. There's no peace there because if you're doing all that, look at you trying to beat this. There's no peace. Then you got to answer the phone and blah blah blah. It's just always chaotic. Your life is chaotic. You can't get peace out of chaos. It's not going to work. And you don't know how. We don't know how to slow down anymore. We don't know how to put the brakes on and say, hold it, wait a minute. This road I'm going down, like last night said, hope we get that song in. The road got to end somewhere.
Right.
See?
But sometimes we think it's going to last forever.
Well, that's because you feeling good. See, like especially those who do stimulants.
Right.
You feel good, and you get in with everything. You see the rappers, you see all these things, and you blend in for that microsecond. You like them. You walking down the red carpet too. You with them. That's your boy, your girls. But see, when it's all over, and you come to reality, they go on back to their yachts and their big homes and swimming pools. Where you going? Back to buy the next CD. I try to scrape up money to go to a concert. You shouldn't be there. And you're chasing those rainbows.
Hoping to find a pot of gold.
Some of them don't know what they're hoping for. All they see is that person they're looking at. Because that's where they put all their hope into, something that they can never reach.
Kind of like a rat race, so it just drives you crazy.
Well, you don't realize that you're doing it at the time. You know that you're empty. So that's why you be searching for all these things. You're empty inside. You know it. And you say, what I'm going to feel? Okay, I tried drugs, it didn't work. I tried alcohol, it didn't work. I tried men, all women, whatever it is, it didn't work. Now what you do? You're just in limbo. So I see this, so I latched onto this to be able to do what I'm doing. And you're chasing rainbows. You can never catch it. You never catch it. You're doing that all your life.
That's right.
I mean, I'm 70 years old. I'm glad to make it, be 71 in
Looking
October.
good.
And I look at it, though, the people that I know, people my age, are still chasing rainbows.
Really?
So I'm never,
I guess you always wonder at what point does a person find, what it is that they want.
I told you, everybody don't find it. Because there's all kind of reasons, but everybody don't find what they're looking for. And sometimes you find it. It comes to you. This is for those of you who are doing this. God is sending you something or someone, and you reject that person because that ain't what it looks like in your vision, in your dream. What you think this person should be like. He don't look like what I thought. He don't have the right job, what I thought. But that person's for you. That's the one person can make you happy for the rest of your life. You kick him to the curb.
Yeah.
You're over there looking for Pretty Freddie. You want Pretty
But
Freddie.
sometimes you can get both, right?
I didn't say you couldn't. I'm just saying this particular thing.
Right.
Now, I'm talking to the people who have done this.
Right.
They look back and said, you know what? I've heard it in my friends today. I should have did. So I said, we all knew it. That girl loved you. We knew that this was the one for him. But no, he didn't want her. So he went on. He got married 5 times.
No.
And then we talked. Then he said, I wish I'd have stuck with now he was 50 years old. Now he still remembered that 50, at the time. He said, I wish I had because that's the one for you. When we teenagers, we could see. It's that one girl that you could see that y'all together. That was it. You had it. He didn't want that. He went on with the girly furly.
The girly.
And she ended up being a woman of the street. She ended up doing that because she was pretty, but she didn't want to work. And so everybody was telling her how pretty she is, so she just went on, took it to the next level.
Wow.
That's the one he wanted to be with. One of them, anyway. And it just goes on. The ones he picked, he picked one. I went home and he was telling me, I didn't know he had married this girl. But see, I used to be my girlfriend. I didn't know he was talking about that. He said, I married so-and-so. I said, what? You married her too? I mean, who didn't you marry, man? But all of them divorced. And see how much out of pocket you got to come. I'm just looking at the practical side of that.
Right.
But it's like, we don't want to do what God tells us to do, because a lot of us don't believe in God either. You got a lot of people that didn't marry a lot of people, but they were with them. Mm-hmm. They just didn't say, I do it. I don't know how many people have had. I got another friend is saying he get married again. Now, this is no exaggeration, I'm telling you the truth. He said this is 10th marriage. Okay? 10.
Number 10?
This will be his 10th one. And he told me, he said,
is he in love?
He told me, he said, you come here, I'll get you one too.
Oh my goodness! But is he in love? Like, is he
might
getting?
Be his love. It have to be. But
so how did you know when you were in love with your wife?
Oh man, that was it. I'm still in love with her, and she died. But I'll always love her.
But how did you know?
There's certain things that come over you. You be around, and I didn't know nothing about that at that time. What I was talking about, but I knew. That was it. I didn't have to look no further. That was her. She was 11 years old. I was 12.
And how long did it take before you guys actually started dating?
Immediately. I mean, she was burying a dead bird, and we were digging it up. I was just doing that to be around her then.
Isn't that interesting? You just want to be around that person. You just
want to be around them.
Yeah.
One thing. And see, sometimes you be around, we don't have to say nothing. You're content. There's nothing else to see. I'm where I'm supposed to be. This is me. This is mine here. And I didn't have to, when I was telling you, when I watched my friends at the time, we hadn't consummated our going together. So she was still dating, if you want to call it that. And I was sitting there saying, but I didn't worry about that.
Because you knew she was yours.
Yes. And I made it see, the other thing is I made it sure that she knew that.
And how did you do that?
You just do that. I can't reveal certain things. No.
You gotta share the secret. What's the secret?
No, what I did, I just showed her my true emotion. I was honest, and I wanted her to see that. Good, bad, and different, whatever it is, I'm being honest about it. And she seemed to like that. Because, a lot of times fellas come around women, they want to mac or say things, and the girl is feeling her head, she hears it, likes it, but it's not registered nowhere. She sees it, but that's all she's got. But see, I wanted to go deeper than that. I wanted to go to where we could intermingle right there with what we are together, our spirits, souls. That's what I was looking for. And that's what I did. And I was happy all the time with it. Because I told you I just sit across the street and look on the porch, and I could see her, when she's coming and going, and I just look, and then she would come, that's what I'm looking for. See? We go, and she'd be hanging out clothes, and I'd take her around and get a little peck. and I went all through life. I told you, went on and married her. So.
Wow.
And I knew it. And I haven't had that since, like that. Though. You got different kinds of love, but not like that. There's all kind of love.
Have you ever fell in love with anyone since?
Not like that, no. Like
well, what about?
Go ahead.
What about falling in love with somebody who doesn't love you back?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
How was that for you?
It's horrible. I'll tell you that now. You fall in love with somebody they don't love you. It's horrible. I mean, you can't. It's nothing coming back from that person, but you got everything. You like a limp flower, around them. I mean, everything, and you try, and anything you do is not good enough for them. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, you know that this woman don't want you like that. Now, what you gonna do? You can keep going, or you can back up. But see, you're too weak to fight at times. So you just go along with it like a little puppy dog, which is pitiful. And when a woman knows that, she just takes advantage of it. She don't care.
And so how did you fall out of love with that person?
I finally woke up and said, enough's enough. The road got to end somewhere. And I did. So that's it.
So what'd you do? You just stop talking to them?
Yeah. You have to get away from it, the situation. I just went on and went to another direction. I think I just started playing sports more or something. I had to get rid of that. You talking about no peace.
So was it like y'all were friends, or you were never?
We were friends. Oh, yeah.
So then she didn't wonder why you didn't call her?
She knew. She knew that finally she said, I got rid of you. She knew. She was trying. She would always, I don't want to be, she was blunt. I just couldn't.
See it.
No. And then when I did see it, I couldn't do nothing about it. I was too far in. And then I finally had to begin to back out of it. But it's not a good situation to be in. But in life, human beings, we go through all that.
No one's exempt.
You go through it. I don't care. And in my age, you go through it. Some of the biggest populations right now is people in my age is drug addicts.
Really?
Prescription drugs.
I did hear that was big in Los Angeles.
Huge. Some of them are just strung out. So the age, it has nothing to do with wisdom. You could be 6 and have wisdom.
Right.
You don't have to be, a lot of people say, well, my experience has given me wisdom. Well, 6-year-old, you got wisdom, you ain't got no experience, because if you tap in, this brain of ours can absorb and do things. I don't know what we're connected to, but this brain is a marvelous thing. And if you could hear it, see, we can't hear it like we used to. Back in the day, back when they didn't have all these things, you had to depend on your mind and your body to survive. Mm-hmm. We got to do that now. We don't have to. Everything is given to you. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just turn around, push this button, do that, do this, do that. Talk. If you don't want to answer, blah, blah, blah. You can do all that. You don't have to use anything. You don't have to do it to survive. You want some meat, you go out in the store and get it.
Mm-hmm. You see, you got to go back in your backyard.
You got to go hunt it. Get in the yard and wring that chicken's neck. But we don't use our faculties anymore the way we should. We'd be better people. See, and women were more stronger. You got women now, but a lot of them I don't know. You tell me. Because I love me some women. But the truth always stands up by itself.
The truth of
life, of human condition. What we talk about now, those who hear it will hear it. Because their spirit will be in tune with it. They'll be right in on the conversation. Because they know what's being said. And not because I'm saying it, because it's been proven. Mm-hmm. And it's still my opinion, though.
Right. And it's your truth. And that's all that's matters.
It's the Leon Watkins truth.
Come on now.
On the Leon Watkins show.
All right.
But, to be able to see my other friend was talking to me the other day. Because we went back. He's 71 now. Mm-hmm. And he talked about some of his escapades and the things he fell in love with. Anyway, I don't get too much.
I feel like this is a real conversation where there's probably tons of people that can understand and relate. So you should share. You might help somebody.
Well, he was saying he fell in love and he realized that the person he fell in love with was not faithful. And what do you do about that? And it was the ones who was coming around was friends of ours. And she would do what she do. And see, he was in love. And see, a lot of times people, it's so much like that. That's how people get hurt, too. Because people control the emotion. You betrayed me. So. And
love can make you do some crazy things.
That's the whole thing.
It's a drug.
That's the whole thing. It is.
An addiction.
Because it's, especially with men and women. Some women crazy. You know what they do? They find out. Well, they do all kinds of stuff. All depends on your emotional makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But to see all that, I mean, the hurt and the pain that comes with love. Love is one side. Pain is down the line if you, according to what the situation is.
And it seems like it's down the line more because in order to be in love, you have to be vulnerable.
Well, you have to.
You have to open
like
yourself
said,
up, and that's where, you know.
When you ask me what did I do about, how did I do with her, my first wife, and I told you I went to her and I was honest and let my emotions, I let it out. Now I'm very open. You see me. I'm not hiding behind anything. I give it to you. And you feel she's got my spirit, got me in her hand. Now it's up to her what she's gonna do with it, because I'm giving it to you.
That was very brave.
I loved her. Real simple. I had no choice.
And because of that, you're willing to fight or do whatever you
I'd
need
rather
to
do whatever. I would do whatever for that love. And I don't go around. I'm not the type to go around trying to be all this and that and the other. But if something come up, it will be dealt with.
Right.
Because I love her. I loved her. Still, like I said, still do.
All right, well, we talked about love. So I think, what you think? We might take a
Oh,
break?
my goodness. What time we start? 9:30?
9:30.
We're gonna straight through, my goodness. Now, let's take a break here. I'm tired now. All right, this is the Leon Watkins Show. We will be right back. I would like to know the nature of our song, if I could push it.
Ain't gonna bump no.
We ain't gonna bump no more, no big fat woman. We'll be right back on the Leon Watkins Show.
3 nights ago, I was at a disco. Man, I wanted to bump. I was brand to go. And this big fat woman bumped me on the floor. She was brand to go. That chick was brand to go. Man, she did a dip. Almost broke my hip. She was getting down. That chick was getting down. She wanted to bump some more. But I told her no. You don't knock me down once. You done knock me down once. Said if you wanna dance, find you a big fat man. Y'all go and get on down. Y'all go and get on down. Ha! I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. No, I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Somebody take her. She's too big for me. She done knocked me down. She came over to me, snatched me out of my seat. She wanted to get on down, still wanna get on down. I told her to go on and leave me alone. I ain't getting down. You done hurt my hip once. I know what you'll do. I ain't gon' bump with you. I don't feel like getting down. Don't feel like getting down. She just shook her head at every word I said. She wanted to get on down. That woman wanted to get on down. She did that dip again, and I hit the floor again. She was getting down, oh, that woman was getting down. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. I ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Ain't gon' bump no more with no big fat woman. Somebody take her. I don't want her. She done hurt my hip. She done knocked me down. Done hurt my hip. She done knocked me down. Somebody take her. I don't want her. Sally Roy, you can have this one too. Take the big fat woman too. I don't want her.
I don't want to get in that somebody being a big fat man and big bumping a big fat woman, whatever. But yeah, I could do that bump too. So used to anyway. But it was fun to listen to Joe Tex do that. That song when it first came out. It was really a big hit. So, but what about them Olympics? Just straight up, these girls are doing fantastic on the apparatus. They say this one girl, what her name?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles is one of the. They've never seen a person ever in the history of Olympics. She be the first one to win 5 gold medals in one Olympics. That's never happened.
Amazing.
She got, what, 4 already or something?
And you know her history is not, her upbringing was not picture perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Raised by a grandmother. I think her mother was on drugs. And she did it. And I think it was, the last Olympics, she actually didn't compete because she didn't think she was good enough.
It wasn't her time. Patience.
But you don't think that probably she put on a delay?
Who?
She did. Because, I mean, you think about it, like, I follow Les Brown, and one thing he talks about how people considered him allegedly mentally retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And said he wasn't smart enough.
Mm-hmm.
And in so many years that he went out not speaking because he didn't think that he was good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, looking back on it now, had I just got ready and just did it, all the money that he missed out on, all the people's lives he changed because he didn't find the confidence within himself.
That's a good point you're making. But see, on my opinion of all that, that's true. But I look at providence at times, divine interventions. I believe in all that. Sometimes it's just not the time. Your time is coming. See, it's like he said, I look back, just like I look back when I started to drink because of the emotional level. You can go back in time. But with something like that, to me, like you said, she delayed it. Yes, she delayed it. Maybe she delayed it for the wrong reason, but it wasn't her time.
Because when it's your time, it just happens.
Look at her time. She, boom. We don't know what would have happened if she came out there last Olympics.
Right. We have to stop thinking about the shoulda, coulda, because it happens right on time.
It happens.
And that
This
goes
is the
with the
time.
patience
Look
that
at
we
her.
discussed.
Look at her. She might. That was 4 years ago. Look how much she learned in 4 years that she didn't know then. She didn't know what she knew. She didn't have the 4 years under her belt like she do now. Look at her. Gabby was the same way. The other one, she had a life like that. Came in and blew up the Olympics the last time.
Did you hear about the uproar they had because she didn't place her hand over her chest?
Yeah, I saw that.
We got bigger fish to fry.
Well, you see, then they had a picture. I looked at it in the Facebook. They had her, not doing that. But then they had, guess who was standing there when they were doing the thing? Who was standing there looking and having his hand straight down? Your boy Trump. He did not have his hand over his heart. And they had a picture of side by side with him, and ain't nobody said nothing about him. Why you gonna come to her and he ain't doing it?
And he running for president.
That's what I'm saying. But see, they ain't saying nothing about him. Okay, it just shows you that sometimes people gonna come at you no matter who you are, what you do in life. Is always gonna be somebody to tear you down.
Exactly.
And don't even know you. Don't care. I don't like what this one's doing. I don't like her. I don't like him. That's why you always have to have confidence in yourself to do it. You might not be able to get somebody to pat you on the back and encourage you. You might have to pat your own self. You might have to move on with your own feet. Get that thing that they ride around on. That I said I'm going to get one and break my neck. That'll be the end of it. What's that thing they call?
Scooter?
Let you step on there and then it goes like this. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. I don't know what you call it.
A seg?
I guess it's something that you
Will
just
you stand up straight or like a golf cart?
No, you stand up straight on it.
Yeah, a seg.
Yeah, you get a seg. I said I want one of them things, and somebody with me said, "Yeah, okay."
There go Mr. Watkins.
There you go too. There you go again to the emergency room. But you have to be able to have faith in you. So, like I said, it's not going to be always when people will give you a pat on the back, and then when you do get where you want to be, you're going to have a lot of people patting you on the back. Mm-hmm. And you got to watch out which one got the knife. Because that's going to be there too. Anytime there's a knife thrower in the disciples, it's going to be a knife thrower all through history and time. Judas was sitting there with his hand out for that money. So if he's got it, we got it. You have to be very careful about it. Not only if you make it, if you don't make it, you got to still be able to recognize who you are. Because the nature of the game is to understand life, your life. That people is not going to always be in your corner. You're the ones you think should be in your corner sometime. That's another thing.
Are not.
They're not there. And you don't find that out through the crucial time. Sometimes you just do, what? You're not going to do what? Well, well, no, I don't think, but you never said nothing like that before. Well, what's going, but now's not the time to discuss it. They said, whatever they said, no. Or, no, I can't do it. So, and these are the ones that you think is in your corner. That's why you have to always feel inside yourself. It's a gut thing about it. And a lot of times we go against our feelings, don't we? You go and
times we know what and this is the thing. The thing that's so interesting about the gut is we know instinctively right then and there. Like prayer is when we talk to God. Mm-hmm. And our instinct is when God speaks to us. Follow your gut. You can even feel it in your stomach. Your intuition tells you. But for some reason, we get in our own way thinking it's not right. Why?
Because a lot of times it's because of the people you be around.
Start to pollute your discernment.
Well, it goes against what they might think. Whoever they are in your life. If I do this, they're going to say this. Or... it's really nothing about you sometimes. It's about everybody else.
Right.
And that's why you have to be your own person. You have to be able to stand alone. Because a lot of times you're going to be alone. You have to learn to stand alone. Everybody's not going to be with you when you okay, let's say you do something that is not right. You still have to follow that, no matter what. You were wrong.
What.
But the key to that is you have to come back and say, you know what? I was wrong. You have to be able to do that too. I've done it how many times? How many times during the day somebody tell me, don't do nothing, I do it anyway, and it don't work. And I said, I'm quick to apologize or something, tell you I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. A lot of people can't do that.
Right.
They refuse to admit that they've done anything wrong because it's something about that is defeated. You're human. I mean, you're not perfect. Only one person has ever been on earth to me. That was Jesus. See, I don't see any more. We all make mistakes. We all have done things that we wish we hadn't done. We all have went against our own intuition. So he said, something told you, don't fool that man. He's not the one to fool with. No,
but then you have those intuitions, but then you start to get in your head. Well, maybe they are a good guy. Maybe there's something more because I don't know. I don't think. I'm not sure if love is supposed to be picture perfect, but I do feel that there is a connection. Does the connection usually happen instantly when it's right? Well,
when you love somebody, remember.
Well, this is before love. This is when you talk about you meet somebody.
When you just see something that you connect. You can have a connection when you first meet somebody.
Right.
You can have a connection.
But you know how, let's think about it more intimately, like somebody that you may be interested in dating.
Right.
And you have made a strong point that your intuition tells you, and you know in your gut when you meet them, this is not the one.
Okay. Now what?
But how do you know that you just aren't getting in your own way? That maybe they are.
See, now you're saying maybe they are. Your first gut feeling said, that's it. That's not it. Right?
Right.
Okay, then you start chipping away at that. Well, wait a minute. Let me
give the person a try. Maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
But your gut said no. Okay.
But then your gut changes because then you're like, well, he is a nice guy.
Sometimes the first instinct, he might be, but he's not for you.
And I think that's also interesting too when you think about relationships. It doesn't necessarily mean that either party is a bad person.
No.
But the matchup isn't correct.
That's all. And you can still be. See, we don't know how to be friends with the opposite sex. We feel like if I got a friend with you, I mean, we misinterpret or we put it in, we mix up friendship with love or whatever you want to call it, and we miss out on real good friendships.
Right.
Every time you meet a person, that don't mean that you
something meant to go somewhere with that.
No, I mean, you got to have friends of the opposite sex, just friends. You know what I mean? And see, like I said, we don't. Sometimes some of us don't know what to do about friendship with an opposite sex. We just don't know, especially men. And then when you find out, you go, After you finish, you go and say, no, you make your little move, boom. And she's, what are you doing? Stop.
You're in the friend zone. Right.
Now, he's hot now. Why you lead me on? You doing that? And then he's hot. He might not speak to you no more. Because he had to save face. He figured like somebody, you going to tell somebody, you bet me, I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one that did this. And see all that foolishness. And it costs. Because the person, you still could be friends, you just made a mistake. You just, I'm sorry. Yeah, I made a mistake. I finished it, move on, right on. It was no big deal. But you get hot. You want to be, I'm slick, pretty Freddie.
What you mean? Who don't want Mr. Freddie?
I don't want me, God.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you see this rain? Yeah. Susie Joseph gave me this. So, but anyway, the thing of love and being able to pick somebody who's going to be, it might not be that kind of love. It could just be friendship love. I got Joanne's my friend for 20 years.
Wow.
Friend. We friends. Real friends. She's a special person to me in my life. But we friends. You know? And I know we friends, and I know what kind of friends we are. I don't mingle all that, try to, I know what kind of friend we are. And we worked 20 years. Yeah.
Amazing.
And, to be able to know that, see, I've always been friends with women for some reason because I was practically raised, I was raised by a grandmother. My mother come in the picture in and out, and my sister. Sister became dominant. I was raised by them. I was used to being around women.
Right.
So it was nothing for me to be around women because I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just used to being with women. And I became friends with a lot of women. I'm friends with you.
That's right.
Friends. It's natural for me. I don't, as you see. Ain't nothing for me to hey, what's going on?
Oh, man.
You see,
that gut instinct, I think if we followed it more, life would be so much more simple.
Not only in anything you do.
Everything.
Should you try this? Did you get this car? Your gut tells you after you got all the information, no, you shouldn't do it.
Don't do it.
Well, it look good. Look at that.
But see, then you start having a conversation because now you don't know if you're getting in your own head.
Well, I know, but see, that's the thing. You start chipping because you're going to make it fit. You're going to put this round peg in this square hole no matter what. If I have to shave it down to make it fit, that's what I'm going to do. But it don't fit. You can't put it in there. I mean, it's not designed to go in there.
Right.
But to you, I'm going to make it go in there because that ain't right.
Because it should flow.
It fits. It just fits. But if it don't fit, you got to force it or you got to do something way out of your character or you got to do it to make it fit. That you chipping. That ain't you. That ain't what you're supposed to be doing. If you can't be who you are, just you, in a relationship, well, then I'd have to see where I wouldn't say don't be around that person, but they have to be on my outer court. They couldn't be on the inside. On my inner circle. Mm-hmm. But we can be friends. I got a lot of friends like that. I'm on the outer court of people. I'm sure. I'm way on the outer court. But. That's what you have to do. You can still put them on. See, I can't afford to kick people out because I'm in a public thing here. I need to, I got to try to be friends with everybody, And but when it comes down to just bringing people into my personal space and let them be with me, no, man. And I wish somebody wouldn't do that to me.
They say everybody doesn't deserve a front row seat in your life.
That's true. They don't. They don't. They come in and tear your house up.
What? Make you feel confusion, and you can love them so much.
And leave you worse, way worse than when they found you.
What? Come on.
You become cynical. You don't trust even no more. All men are dogs or whatever. Because of one thing, one episode of your life, which you did. And all through it was little roadblocks. Don't go there. Back up. It's nothing down there but destruction. Oh, you don't know. Don't go there. It's always something that tells you, don't do this. Mm-hmm. Don't do this. But you do it anyway. And the consequences are usually dire. You know, you can't just. You got all kind of emotions inside of us. Just think about all the emotions you got. And an emotion is a very powerful thing. Mm-hmm. Powerful. Smokey said, "I second that emotion."
That emotion.
Yeah, I second it. Third it. But it's a powerful thing. You have to recognize your own self. A lot of people don't know who they are until it's too late.
Come on. But it's almost like for somebody, what would be your advice? You've been on this earth blessed, healthy, wise for 70 years now. Mm-hmm. 2 questions. First question. When did you find out who you were? Or who it is that you are?
Wow. That's a good question because I found out really one part of it was when I was 14. And I'll tell you about when I asked my father for a little money. He said he didn't have it, but he worked on the railroad.
Oh, that was a good paying job.
And I knew that. And he said, well, I love you and all that, but see, love's the action word. And see, that began to change. Bop! Something hit me in the head because up to that point, you know, I was always looking, I didn't know him, but I always had a pretty good feeling about him. Mm-hmm. But see, when that happened and not having anybody else to guide me, I began to formulate myself. I think I became harder about my emotions. I was vulnerable, as you say, as a kid. And I went out, and that's when I started drinking and stuff, messing around out there in the street. Before that, I wasn't doing that. And that went on, and I was in that life for 20-some years.
Wow.
Not realizing why I was doing it. And it was formulating all the time, you know. But I still think I kept who I was initially. I think I was still, to this day. But I was doing crazy, stupid stuff. I let my other side dominate me. Because you got different things you can do inside yourself. Something can tell you right now to go out here and rob that bank. That's one of your sides. The other side had to say, you crazy. You see what I'm saying?
What you going to do trying to get away robbing a bank? So when was it that you found out who you were? What happened?
Oh, I think when I went to the Army, you know.
And how old are you at this point?
I was 26 when I went. I was kind of old. But see, I had a breakup in my marriage, and all that we went through, and I was formulating again. But when I went to the Army, and immediately I became somebody like, you know what I mean? Because the stats, they treat you really good, really well. And that gave me some more of my self-esteem built up. And I began to formulate, and I think you really know who you are in the sense of what you're saying, because you study, develop all the time. Mm-hmm. But to me, I have to. What is your purpose? Is the question. Like, what is the purpose of your life? That means to know who you are, what you want to do with your life. And to me, it becomes very spiritual. Because if I'm just doing this on my own with my flesh, I just got to go around whatever I see everybody else doing or whatever. What I'm gonna do? Right. What I going to do? But once you realize your purpose, I had a purpose. I like doing, at the time, you know, working with people in the community. I formulated my own organization stuff and got into that. That was my purpose. I loved that work. And again, that's what formulated me when I did that. 1982, I started that San Pedro Street Business Association.
So that was at one point, and then you were mentioning another time when you feel like you had found yourself, because you said 2 points in your life?
Well, the first one was when I was 14. That started it.
Okay, and then...
And then what the rest of it was a steady progression.
Right.
Because you can't be, like I said, I'm here right now, but I learned something talking to Dawn. I learned this. So this part of me is changing already. Because what I learned from her is not coinciding with what I thought. So I got to reformulate all that. And it goes on and on like that. You can meet somebody who can change your whole life. Change your whole life. And that's what happens. It's people that we meet that can change your life, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. See, if people, you know, if somebody's calling on the phone, we can't get through, just call my phone. I'll answer right here.
Well, no, unfortunately, that's somebody that had the wrong number.
Oh.
So they called twice. I was hoping that our friend Dave was coming in.
David, you calling? Where you at, Dave?
I'm answering the phone, David. You can't say I didn't miss it.
In fact, we're going to have a break right here.
All right, so I'm thinking we're going to go with the Twine Time. Tell me what this song reminds you of.
I told you, well, back when I was 15, that used to be a big song. It was Twine Time. We used to go down and everybody would do the twine. We stump in the middle of the floor and just stump. It was almost like kill that rose, but this is twining. And it was big back then when I was a kid, man. We used to love to do that. You know, the Twine Time song. Okay, we'll be right back to the Leon Watkins Show. Enjoy. Twine Time. Those, I wonder how many of you can remember that song. I know some of you young people ain't gonna remember it, but somebody should remember the Twine Time. But I do, and if I almost jumped up and did it, but
they're not ready for it.
yeah, you ready? That's a good one. Let me do this right quick, Dawn, if you don't mind. My Facebook page. This is our years coming up. We need to get into our second year, and we're going to need funds. And I have a GoFund account. I wish everybody would look at it and participate in keeping us for another year. I think that we're doing some things. I hope that people have liked what we were trying to do and will do. And we'll open it up even more with all our guests that we've had. We're going to show some of the guests when David gets back. That's his department. He's gone. He said he's going to call, but I guess he's having too much fun.
Too much fun.
Too much fun. And then I want to talk about is the Joe Beck story. It's still in editation. There's certain things that they're editing it, right? The short film to begin with, and it's exciting. We can't wait. We just know how it's going to be. We wait and see. This is what I was telling you, Don. Don't be so anxious. See, but we sitting here anxious to see this because it's going to be dynamic. It's going to be something that the longer it waits, the more anxious you get. See, but you got to control that emotion. You have to control it with everything in it. And I'm controlling it. Mm-hmm. I got it under control. But it's taking so long. No, okay, see.
Happening right on time. What we talked about?
You see, well, when it comes out, that's when it's supposed to come out. I mean, that's it. You don't get all wrapped up because when they're working on it, what I like about it, we take it for granted. We got people working on this every day. You see, that's the thing people don't realize. Somebody's working on this. Somebody's thinking about it. There's somebody got to put the music. They got to do this. They got to do that. They got to do all that. Somebody's doing it. All we got to do is wait. Mm-hmm. So why don't we just wait with peace? Can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is the Joe Beck story. Now, what's Joe Beck doing today? Who knows? Well, yeah, Joe Beck. All right. Okay.
So what you got going on for the rest of the week?
Well, it's the thing in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood. They're having I think they're giving away backpacks and different things for kids going back to school. They're having a big event over there, on 62nd in San Pedro, and I'll probably go over there, in my old stomping ground, and see what these young men are doing. They picked up the slack and moved on with it, and that's fantastic. I try to reach my boy Quake. I don't know where maybe he'll be over there. And Durrell Duck wasn't running it, and I'm glad that they picked up the banner and moved on with it. So I'll probably do that. And I don't know. The rest of it is just iffy. It's iffy. And what are you doing?
Wait, and what about our friend ran across the country, Adrian?
What about him?
Have you heard any from
Oh, yeah, I
him?
talk to Carlos all the time.
How's Carlos?
Carlos is smooth. I like Carlos.
That's
He's
a
doing his
wise
thing.
soul right there.
He works with kids, and he take care of his grandmother and things. And, I want to go visit Carlos. One day I want to go there.
That's amazing.
Even David's talking about he's going there. See?
He actually, he did say that.
And if he says it, he's going.
That's one thing. David gonna make it happen.
He's gonna make it happen because wherever he is now, he's making it happen. Wherever he happens.
That's right.
But life, see, each one of us has our own destiny. We fulfilling what we're supposed to do. We're here right now, but we got our own destiny. Where are we going? Paths cross, so,
Right, at the end of the day.
And the destiny.
And everybody is not meant to stay a lifetime. It's a season, and that's okay.
Of course. That's why you should enjoy every second of your life, though, as much as you can. You shouldn't throw life away. You shouldn't throw this. You can never get it back.
And I think also would like to touch on is that my enjoyment of my life may not look like someone else's.
It's funny because that's the way it should be.
Because, I wasn't even in a dilemma. A friend of mine asked me to go to, like, this pool party. Mm-hmm. And I sat there and I was like, I'd like to go, but I have so many things I want to do for myself. Like, I want to practice my voiceovers. I want to get my house is not out of order, but I want to do laundry. They're just different things, and I want to focus on. But I know that one thing that I deal with sometimes is in a limbo of not knowing, Dawn, you don't have to work. You should just enjoy and play. But what if that is my play? Because I'm trying to afford a life where I don't have to work at a certain age, where I don't want to stress out for money, where I don't want to. But there's only a certain period of time window where you still have your youth.
First of all, let me explain this to you about this. When we talk about purpose in life, the purpose that you have, it might not be my purpose, and I might not even understand what you're going through because it's not me. Making comments and judgments about what you do with your life is really out of bounds, out of line. Mm-hmm. Because I can't tell you what you need to do. I don't know. You're doing what you feel like you have to do. And that's what I have to respect. If I'm your friend, I'm going to respect that. And when the time comes for you to do something, or curricular activity, you'll do it. But it has to be at your time, not mine. I don't care how many parties they got. If you say it ain't the time, it ain't the time.
Right.
Then one day you might pop up and say, you know what, I want to go to the beach. Can you go? And if I'm able to go, I'll go.
Right.
And I might say no, just like you did. I hope it's for the right reason. I ain't doing it to be vindictive because you didn't go when I said go with you. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna go with her because she didn't. Go. See that I don't want to play that game either. That's not friendship.
That's not.
But you have to do what's best for you. I found that out too. That's where your biggest regrets comes in. One of them is not doing what you know you wanted to do because, like I told you, you're doing it for someone else.
But it's interesting in love.
Well, that's another story.
You do. You sometimes do it for the other person, but I guess when it's love, you doing for them is doing for you.
Right. You want them to be happy. You want your love to be happy. You want them to feel good because if they feel good about it and you have something to do, they're going to reciprocate with you.
That's right.
So you want them to feel good. You need, and whatever need they have, you want to be participating in making it make it happen. Anyway, look, this time is gone.
I enjoyed you.
I enjoyed. Hey,
thank you.
Don't thank you. The thing of it is right now, and you took whatever I was going to have on this show was gone.
Oh, let's see why you say that.
I'm going to tell Dave about it.
Uh-oh.
But no, this was very interesting. It wasn't planned, but it's good because we can do this.
All right.
Because one reason is it's the Leon Watkins show.
Watkins show.
So we can do what we want to do. That's the thing. I've come to this purpose. I mean, thank God. You know, how long a time we got?
We got about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes. See, you got me going here, and now you cutting me off. You know, because I know that young person. I was your age once, but I was already in love, so I didn't have no thing with it. I loved all the way through to this day, and I love it. I love that I love that I really had love, not the kind of love I'm talking about, the fly by night. I'm talking about real love. I had it, so I know what it's like.
Still glowing from it.
Yeah, oh, come on, you don't get away from that. I love it. You know, it's something that if you wait long enough, I waited for it too, by the way.
You found her when you were 12. How long did you wait? You weren't even in middle school yet.
You ain't got to talk like that.
I'm just saying.
And we went to school together, by the way. We had the same locker.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
walked
that
to the-
wasn't.
I walked to the school, and dudes didn't stand a chance.
That's Watkins, girl.
I'd wait for her when she'd be walking sometime. I'd be hiding behind a tree or bush so I can, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm waiting. And it'd be cold out, too. But no, I loved her. You know, she was the cutest thing. And that's it. That's all she wrote, Dawn. D-A-W-N. But I like that bracelet.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to go and close it up. Is it time to close it up?
It's time to close up.
Let me fix this collar over. You can tell me this collar's all up like that, girl?
I was so captured about your words and
Oh,
your energy.
okay.
That didn't matter to me. I just saw royalty when I saw that blue.
Oh, see, that's what gets us in trouble. Anyway, God bless you all. I hope to see you again next week. Help somebody. Help somebody as you go. Thank you for listening and looking on the Leon Watkins. So go to my GoFund account. Help me. Help us. Thank you. Bye.
Today's special is Memphis Soul Stew. We sell so much of this, people wonder what we put in it. We're going to tell you right now. Give me about a half a teacup of bass. Now I need a pound of fatback drums. Now give me 4 tablespoons of ballin' Memphis guitars. This gonna taste all right. Now just a little pinch of organ. Now give me a half a pint